What's happening, YouTube? I'm FrankDaTank, and we got a lot to talk about. All right, let's dive into it. Let's talk about it. Warzone 2.0. What is missing? There's one thing that will fix a lot. There's one thing that will go a long way at the core of the game. The map is beautiful. We've talked about this, and I've consistently said that one change will go a long way, but I think there needs to be multiple changes till we get a fully functioning, very good BR game. There is potential there. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel if you look closely enough, but it starts with, number one, this needs to change, the time to kill. That needs to change before we go anywhere else. Yes, of course, plating while sprinting, being able to close the door behind you when you're plating, longer tack sprints for the bigger maps. Sometimes it feels like a run simulator. I also, just a side note on how I feel about it, when I'm just jogging, I feel like I'm not giving any effort. You know, there's a difference with tack sprint. You feel like you're moving around the map, and that might just be a little bit of a, let's say, an aftershock of maybe no slide canceling because you're used to, you know, a repetitive rhythm to get around the map. Here, it's just holding the joystick forward, and my guy's just kind of like,
Still going! Go on, you beautiful man!
all the things I'm about to list will change when we change the time to kill. Now it makes it more difficult to kill somebody. It makes it more difficult to hit your shots. You got to hit more shots. You got to be more accurate. Headshots are more important now. So now all of a sudden there's a little bit of a skill gap in the shooting and the accuracy. Aim assist is jacked way up right now. It's so easy. Nobody can miss. The School for the Blind can have 100% accuracy in this game right now. Headshots mean more. That more accurate shot means more. Then you're allowed to get away. You can move away. You can get away. You can make a play around it. I'm getting hit. I'm not automatically dead. I can dive and actually use it as a function in the game instead of just diving and watching myself float through the air as I die and maybe off into the sky or blow into the ground or the map. Dolphin diving literally into hell. Right into Hades.
Choked up since I got a hunk of moussaka caught in my throat. Huh? Game. Set. Match.
You open the door for a lot more avenues, a lot more fun, right? The other aspect of this is the end game right now. The end game is basically whoever gets the final circle. So you have the 7th circle, the 8th, as I like to call it, the all-important, as we do on Monday Night Commentary, the all-important circle, the shift circle, which way is it going to go? That's your biggest RNG in the game, right? With any BR, the number one thing that you want to decrease in a game is the RNG, the randomness, right? You want to make it as straight up and as even and as fair as possible. So anybody and anyone is not going to get in a situation where they're absolutely wrecked just because they were at the wrong spot at the wrong time at the wrong place. This allows for variety, allows for excitement. This allows for you not to be, oh man, I automatically lose this game. As of right now, and of course, everybody's going to say, oh, hey, well, that's not for me. That doesn't how it happens. Most of the time, and by most, I mean 99% of the time, whoever gets the rotation on the 8th circle is going to win the game. The only way you're not is unless you royally up.
Oh man! Oh god! Oh man!
If you're, most of these circles are ending out in the open, not just in buildings. A lot of the time, there's not a lot of cover. There's going to be some open ground you got to cover. If you don't have at least one precision airstrike to drop on the first shift to give you a little bit of time to actually rotate in the circle, you're dead. If you don't have a vehicle to get to the other side of that circle, if it shifts away from you, you're dead. The only way you're not dead is if little Timmy over there has no idea how to play and he's playing with his toes.
Sorry, Mr. Krabs. I won't step foot in your bedroom.
If you're getting shot on that circle rotation, you can fire shots back and be able to stay in the fight a little bit longer. You're able to rotate. You can take some shots, lay down, maybe use your gas mask, put some plates on, and then continue to rotate in the circle. There's plays to be made. There's outplay capability. There's a skill gap. Because I will tell you right now, in this game, there is zero skill gap. There is zero skill gap. And that is what's making this game very boring. Every fight is almost identical. At the end of the day, 90% of these fights are ADS versus ADS and crouch walk versus crouch walk. And the first person to budge and move first and push loses. Whoever shoots first and whoever's ADS first and gets the first shot off wins every fight. Aim assist and the time to kill create this game to be a zero skill gap game. I will say this, you can disagree with me, but I am right. It is the easiest BR ever created. It is the simplest BR ever created. They wanted a classic BR. They created a classic BR. That's fine. That's fun. It is PUBG Lite. You know what's fun about PUBG? Not looting the entire time. It's the gunfight. It's the gunplay. PUBG had one of the greatest gunplays of all time. If that was just mouse and key, we're dealing with a cross-platform. It's a little bit different. Yeah, of course, it was on Xbox and PlayStation, but really the core game and the best style of the game was that mouse and key and being able to control your recoil in a gunfight. That was the best part. That was the exciting part of the game. All that factored into making that game exciting. You were on the edge the whole time. You were nervous when you were trying to tactically move around the map. I was a PUBG streamer. I played for years. I played well after it's dead, and shit, I still fire it up from time to time because I have a blast on that game still, and I still have very good memories of that game. I would be excited about PUBG Lite. That's what I'm going to call it. PUBG Lite, aka Warzone 2 coming out. You think I would be pretty excited about it because it's the same exact game. However, there's no gunplay. I have no favorite gun. There's no gun I want to shoot. There's no gun on the map that I say, ooh, oh my God, I can't believe I'm holding this, because the gunplay isn't there. It's very simple. It is straightforward, simple as hell. I am not talking shit on any player or anybody on this whatsoever. I completely understand what they're trying to do. I mean, games over time now have taken a turn where they're trying to just appease to everybody, especially Call of Duty. We've talked about skill-based matchmaking for how many years now, and every year it's more heavily debated, and every year it's jacked up just a little bit more, but we get the same content, right? And it still comes out, even though a lot of people say, oh, I hate it, I hate it, hate it, and a lot of people say, oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. This is the first time a game has completely came out that is completely directed towards the casual player, because again, no skill gap, anybody can win, anybody can play, and it doesn't matter who you are, how much you play, when you played. None of it matters, except if you can literally just follow the map. Here's the circle, there's the next circle, there's the next circle, point and shoot, and guess what? You got yourself a victory. That's it. Yes, sure, you're gonna say, oh, Frank, people were putting up a bunch of kills. A lot of kills are happening and stuff.
Whatever, motherfucker!
The biggest problem with this is it is boring. When you play extended amount of time, if you know you're putting the time in, you put a lot, you know, we put a lot of hours into Warzone, into Warzone 1, into Warzone 2 so far. I mean, it is unbelievably repetitive at this point and unbelievably boring to me at this point. It just feels like it's the same thing over and over and over and over again. And again, there's no depth. There's really no depth. Again, that feel of a classic BR and methodically moving through the map and tactically trying to win. I love that shit. And anybody that's heard my work knows that I know a game when I'm talking about it. I won't do play-by-play or cast a game I don't know the ins and outs of. And playing PUBG for that long amount of time, and I'm a big thinker, I love a tactical, slow-played game. I do. I really do. Don't get me wrong. I don't understand why we don't have Rebirth of Fortune Skeet back, but that's a whole other story. I don't know. I mean, I could play Atari right now if I wanted to, but I can't play a game that came out 2 years ago because money, I guess? I don't know. I love that style of play. However, I'm about to take a snooze playing this game. Actually, I think I might have did the other day. Yeah, I know for sure I went and took it the other day, and I came back and was in the top 10 situation, and you know, then I got circle jerk and finished in 4th place. So, you know, there you go. I mean, it's that easy. If you're not making the top 10 in 75% of your games, you're really, I mean, you're trying to not make the top 10. It is the easiest game to get to the top 10. You don't have to do anything. You just get to the center circle and just sit there. Don't move. You'll be fine. Then nothing's going to happen to you. There's just that element of, you know, that pressure, or, you know, the excitement, especially when you get to the top 10. It's not there. I have no, there's just, my heart rate stays at resting the entire game. Again, methodically moving through the map, tactically deciding which way to go, where to go. Is this an open space? Am I going to get shot here? Those things in PUBG, in that tactical classic BR feel, those moments were intense. Even if it was like the first circle, right? It's a little intense. I don't want to go down right now. This game, it might be top 3 situation, and I'm like this. There's just no depth to this game, and it was just created to be the most simplistic thing that allows everybody to win. Everybody gets a participation trophy. Little Timmy can't cry anymore because his ankles aren't getting broken with slide canceling. That's what this game is. That's what it is. If you think it's something else, you're wrong. And if you're saying to yourself, well, this guy doesn't know how to play, he's just supposed to slide castle, do all stuff, you're not that guy. Trust me, you're not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Okay.
Again, I can see why people enjoy this game. I can see how this game could be excellent. And I can see how it could fit my play style and what I like to do beautifully. And the tactical aspect, right up my alley, especially from a casting perspective and play breakdowns. Oh my God, I'm going to eat that up, right? But the excitement and the thrill isn't there because there's no depth. That's the main problem right now. Changing this one thing will go a long way to creating that excitement, that gameplay, that thrill that you're looking for.